are decisions. Some of them are quite fun and short-lived. Versus others can be more consequential. At work, your decision can quickly add up and shape how others perceive your professional competence. Now, there are many factors that can influence our decisions, but today I'd like to focus on just one that is often overlooked. Kind of like Cinderella before the dance. Our ability to get better in just about anything relies on two key elements: practice and noticing mistakes so we can improve. Now, this loop works extremely well when there is a clear connection between cause and effect. For instance, you can't find your phone, hence, an alien invaded your apartment and moved things around. However, when it comes to decision making at work, we often operate in a more complex environment with higher level of uncertainty. Although I do suspect aliens are involved there as well. Our brains are fantastic at ignoring complexity and jumping to the simplest explanation available. If the outcome was positive, we'll consider it a good decision. Negative outcome? Clearly a lame one. The problem is that by discounting many other factors that influence the result, we severely compromise our ability to correctly identify flaws in our decision-making process. Entire careers have been built or completely ruined based on a sequence of outcomes that were attributed either to brilliance or stupidity of one decision maker. Now, before you get carried away with thoughts about some of your coworkers, let's go back to you. Have you ever made a decision that everybody thought was wrong, but turned out to be brilliant? Now, hold on with that grin. The sneaky outcome bias will fool you to believe it is you that was brilliant, regardless of how foolish the actual decision was. But wait, it gets even worse. How fairly are you judging other people's decisions? You might be thinking, hey, I'm a pretty good manager. I'm fully capable of evaluating decisions regardless of how things turn out. Let's take a look at a study performed at the University of Pennsylvania, asking participants to evaluate competence and quality of decisions made by professionals in various contexts. Participants were asked to make judgment only based on the information that was available to the decision maker at that time. But, just to make things more interesting, they added a tiny spoiler. Some of the participants were told that the scenario ended positively, while others were told it ended negatively. The results? Looking at exactly the same information a decision maker was facing, 44% considered a decision as good when they were told the outcome was positive, but only 9% considered the same decision as a good one when it was associated with a negative outcome. Evidently, more often than not, we let the outcome bias win. Now, why is this so important? Well, some of the most consequential decisions at work are around people. Who should we hire, promote, or even fire? Assessing people's competence relies greatly on our perception of their judgment calls, which we now know is extremely unreliable by default. But there's hope. Here are a few steps to reduce our own outcome bias. First, recognize that hindsight interferes with our ability to evaluate whether a decision was good or not. This is hard when we judge ourselves, and it gets even harder when we have to judge others. 2. Shift our focus from the outcome to the process behind the decision. And 3. Once the outcome is clear, revisit the process, look for possible flaws regardless of the outcome. Reflecting on our decision process should include 4 key elements: people, information, ownership, and external influences. When it comes to people, who was involved and what opinions were represented? Did we fail to include somebody crucial? Did we include irrelevant people? And did we let someone dominate the discussion and influence it? Regarding information, focus on what was available at the time of the decision. Was there anything we knew but ignored? Did we fail to realize something was missing? Did we attribute too much or too little importance to some pieces of information? When it comes to ownership, did we assign the right people to make the decision? And when thinking about external influences, was there any other factor that skewed our decision? Was there an unreasonable time pressure? Was there anything else distracting us? And could have we pushed back on any of these? Bottom line, complexity and luck will always play a part in how things turn out. Blindly focusing on outcome can severely cloud our judgment. So let's avoid over-congratulating somebody just for getting something right or hanging someone who got it wrong. Instead, shift your attention to the process, seek to improve it after every major decision, and model this behavior for others so they can improve as well. And the best part, it will also help you reduce office politics, blame culture, and rewarding the wrong people. If you found this useful, you can download a one-page summary on this topic in the link below. If you have any comments, thoughts, share them below, and don't forget to subscribe for future content. Until next time, lead well.